Dude, the compositors, they put their entire composition into it.
Composi?
Did we do it or not?
No!
Progress.
With the sultry voice.
Backgrounds.
Yes!
What a voice.
Look at the green of it. It's so pretty.
It's really nice.
Oh, the scales.
I love her voice. I love this thing. I love the music. This is beautiful. This is great.
They have great backgrounds and color. Like the compositing is insane.
Oh man. Oh, that is horrible.
Also, lesbian sirens. Yes.
That's cool. That's lovely.
That's really nice.
Right.
I wonder if it's actually, yeah, it seems to be done on paper.
And the Tagalog in here. It's so pretty.
Good one. Oh, the little bit of blood dripping.
I think she's saying like ocean take me or something like that.
If they know how to do one thing, it's how to get like an audience.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it does like, whoo, what is this? I'm intrigued.
The Lovers is an indie animation thriller about the romantic tension between a seafood chef and a siren, set in a dark fantasy Philippines. It's animated by Studio Heartbreak, which is crowdfunding the project right now.
That tagline alone is so dope.
Yes!
The comp, dude.
Yeah.
They do such a great job.
Makes everything just way fancier.
It's just all compositing. Oh my god.
Wow.
Like people underestimate how much compositing can make the animation shine. Dude, the compositors, they put their entire composition into it.
Composi?
I think that's so nice about crowdfunded stuff. Like you just get to see a lot.
They're very transparent with their progress.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So this is the character sheet.
So nice.
Hell yeah.
In an animation production in 2D especially, the people you work with don't have your same art style, the character sheet. They are there to show you how this character looks like in different poses. It's kind of like to keep the style consistent throughout the whole project. I love the gills. Usually they always put gills on like the neck, but on the chest, it's so good. She looks really cool. I like how her cold shoulders are like the gills.
This one is really cool. So flowy.
I love that you see the tail and then
This production, they're using blue to indicate shadows and yellow to indicate like rim lights or harsher like highlights.
That's cool.
Like technically you can also do like some rim lights in After Effects, but obviously not to like that degree of like
the control.
detail. Yeah.
you can see all the different passes, like the shadow pass, and then the different colors are used to kind of keep more of a overview of what is what, because if you made everything the same color, it would get confusing as to like, what is this shadow, what is that shadow?
This shot is amazing. The fucking...
All of the little highlights and shadows.
As soon as the background looks like this, it just looks professional.
I like how like rough they keep certain things, like intentionally. Like you can see the shapes here and here.
I love the colors of like this blue and then here this very strong red. That's so pretty and I love it.
They're very like rendered, but still like you can see like the brush strokes and everything. It's like very nice texture in the background.
Yeah.
It's not super rendered out, like they're pretty content to leave some stuff more like rough, I think, and that's really nice.
I'm curious as to know exactly how they're making the backgrounds because they seem 3D. Here especially, like the chairs, they're 3D elements. Even if you did do parallax, the way they move is too three-dimensional. Like if you look at this chair, you see it from this perspective and then in here it is flat profile.
I love the lighting. All of the greens and the reds that contrast each other and like evoke this feeling of like being underwater.
It gives like a sickly feeling.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
I adore the scale detail that they did.
Usually the way people draw sirens is just like the most beautiful, prettiest woman with fishtail, but here it's like, yeah, she has fish biology included.
I mean, aside from the concept, I think is brilliant. They really convey that feeling of like stuff is very pretty, but very like like slimy and at the same time.
Just I think the sound for the sauce here was very like.
Yeah. And then like you have like sushi, yes, right, and it looks pretty, but then this thing here. and it looks really dead, and all the green everywhere makes it look really toxic. And
Yeah, that's true.
You see like all of the textures like from the painting like here and like the brush stroke. It's so yummy, juicy.
And the perspective of her hands being big leading up.
I love the perspective on this shot. It's really, really nice.
And then she has a very subtle movement of her body too, with her finger tapping. This shot is also so
I like
this
it.
part here.
It's really, really
It's
nice.
so pretty.
I could watch this like on loop.
Like the colors, so pretty. Like the water and everything.
Oh, and her scales glittering in the light.
But also the blood is. I adore it when they essentially just make a blob and then you erase the shapes for the blob, and it makes it so. Love it.
I really love her character design. There's just something about her that makes me go, poor tech.
I love like the little flashes here, like in her. Kind of mirrors like the siren skills in a way. I don't know. It's cool.
Also, I wonder what happened because it looks like she
Yeah.
got whipped as if she's Jesus Christ, which she could be the new religion, you know. But it's such a lovely. Oh God, the tiles in the background too. Ugh, they're gorgeous.
Everything is very dynamic, like dynamic camera angles. We see her from down below with like the feet becoming bigger.
And then like in the more intense moments you have like the intense red lighting coming through and stuff, but still like a little bit of green. I only recently like learned, or like it should be obvious, but like I didn't realize it as much until someone told me that if you want to have a scene that's, for example, really intense and red, just having red in there will make it less intense than if you also have like the little bit of green and blue to like contrast it, so the red like really comes out more.
The bubbles. Oh, they're so pretty. They also distort the image behind. Damn, that's so nice. Oh, and then there's also these extra foreground elements that they put on different frame rate.
Also her going like from here, the lighter part to like very shadowy.
And this is suddenly way more
You can
highlighted.
see her eyes very well. The expression, the fear, and then the hands.
It's so lovely how it goes
yeah.
from like super sharp
Oh, yeah, how the blood splashes.
and then it has the.
Yeah.
That is so. It's also nice that it switches from like the green with the red like accent to like a more red with green accents. Like they really play with that.
Overall, I really also like how intentional they use lighting.
It's used to truly emphasize what she's feeling.
This shot, this. Holy moly.
Oh, this scene.
Yes.
This is the one that they showed how wonderful the comp is. Like these highlights are super anime. I love them.
is.
Ah, they're great.
The animated character, but also like the background is just.
Yeah. That rendering. Whew, okay.
It's so slimy, and like the accents on everything makes it so slick and.
They do a good job of making this a thriller.
Yeah.
It's so brutal, but still kind of like she is beautiful in this, even though she is being open.
In that whole thing, I think what I like most about it, or like what intrigues me the most, is like this juxtaposition of like really beautiful aesthetics with like the really like weird and kind of gory theme.
Yeah.
I love this shot. It's so good. Fish are great for horror because they have those eyes.
Yeah.
There's nothing behind them.
That shot is also really cool.
I love this composition so
It's so... Oh, they're kissing!
Ula. I find it a shame that this is a still frame. Lovely, all of the spiral, because it's like a downward spiral, and she is falling into it because she's falling for a fish. And she's like, oh my God, I remember when I was a child, I used to love fish. I won this fish at a... If anybody from The Lovers actually watches this video, I promise that I love your work and I'm not mocking you.
The chances are high.
That's what I wonder, like how much are they gonna lean into the romance and how much are they gonna lean into the horror, and like is there gonna be a happy ending?
Yeah. The premise is very like philosophical as well.
Gosh, they really like took each individual piece and was like, well, she's sliced now. Oh, that's cute.
Oh.
This I really like, just having the paper animation in the middle.
I also really like this shot, even though it's really short, and like the chromatic aberration, right? It's really nice. I like that.
Wow.
Damn.
Dude, this is so nice. Also, like all of the colors here.
Oh, Wow, that is nice.
Also, I adore the paper stuff. It works super well.
It feels very much like that this was like parts of a beat board. It's kind of like a storyboard, but not quite, because it's more like different impressions of the movie that you want to portray later on.
Like the image is not final, it's more about the story,
The
what's
mood.
happening.
I love this. This is cool.
Reminds me of that one K-pop music video. It's also like a lesbian love song, or it's like about them finding a woman very attractive. Yeah, there's Sushi. It's a great song.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I just appreciate that, like the tag, it really hugs your bodies.
This feels very concept-y, right, of the both of them in those fish packages.
Oh, but that's super cool.
It's so cool. Oh, I love how like you see the plastic like shrink wrapping.
Very nice.
Very cool. So I'm happy they got
Money.
funding now. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
It's also just really nice to like follow along their process and like how they work and keep up with the small updates.
I think it's amazing how much just through social media they got all this attention. But it's really cool.
I feel like they have a strong sense of identity when it comes to the project, and they're not ashamed of like doing memes as well. And I feel like that really helped gain an audience.
Indie animation has become so impressive, and I'm so happy that now it's more possible to make projects, especially like online, with people who've never met each other.
It's also like them being able to tell unconventional stories.
On stories like set not in America or something, like stories set in the Philippines with Filipino characters. It's just, I appreciate it.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for having us.